Good morning, afternoon. I'm so tired. Like I say that every morning. I slept in an extra 45 minutes today because I was like, I need to catch up on sleep or I'm gonna die. Really? Already? We're getting this store expansion? And they're all repeats. We did end up playing Magic yesterday. It was nice. It was fun. Played one game before work. Where's my... There it is. Cute. Does this mean I can't even pay my loan? I was gonna pay off my basement today because I think I have enough. But if the shop's closed... Yeah. I guess that simplifies things. For today. Anyway, Magic was good. Played one game. I played my Omnath against a Baitor, which was also bracket 4, but like untuned bracket 4, if that makes sense. Like it was technically bracket 4, but not a lot of experience piloting the deck. And hello. Apron. Not a lot of experience piloting the deck, and not quite as fine-tuned towards the right game plan, but like getting there. Like that deck will be strong if he keeps working on it. And then two precons. One was one of the Is It things from the last set, and one of them was the Boomborough. I want to say it was Jeskai. I think it was Jeskai. Thing that gives everything offspring. Forget exactly what her name was. And it was a pretty good game. I intentionally took a slow starting hand just to kind of let people set up and see what they could do. So my opening hand was 5 lands, Lignify, and Undergrowth Champion. And I was like, normally I would mulligan this in a heartbeat, because this hand sucks. It doesn't do anything. But in this context, it's pretty good, because I can use Undergrowth Champion and just drop lands to kind of prevent people from targeting me. Be like, yep, okay, I have a thing here, you can't kill it, probably. Don't swing into me with your random bullshit. Because I'll just block it and then kill your things, and then my Undergrowth Champion will survive and get bigger next turn, because I'm going to play lands. And then I was like, yeah, you know, you give me like 7 or 8 turns, I'm going to draw into a way to kill people. Stack pretty much guaranteed. Everything in the deck works with everything else. And then if someone starts snowballing, cough cough Baitor, I can lignify whatever their important piece is. Just to buy a couple turns. That's all I need to do. Just buy a couple turns. And that's exactly how the game played out. I played Omnath on turn 7, which is like not a thing the Omnath deck should be doing. Omnath should be playing Omnath on turn 4. Almost every game. So, played Omnath on 7. Lignified Baitor to buy a couple turns. Because obviously it was going to be Baitor. No one else was really going to be popping off. And then set up like Cloudstone Curio and some of my other funny combo pieces. And then I raw played Valakut and Boundless Realms for 8 to do 24. Then sacrificed some extra tokens to kill the Baitor player. They had an Ashnod's Altar out too. And I was just like, yeah, okay, you're dead. But then the Offspring player, I should look up a card this was. It was like Offspring. Offspring. Zinnia Valley's Voice. It's Jeskai, one of each color. It's a legendary bird bard. Flying. It's +X/+0, where X is the number of other creatures you control with base power 1. Creatures you control have offspring too. And she played this card, Devilish Valet, which I'd never seen before. And let me pull this up on screen here. She played this card. Wait, where's my... Am I not... I scrolled myself out of existence again. Devilish Valet, which I'd never seen before. Trample Haste Alliance, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, double Devilish Valet's power until end of turn. And just had a bunch of token generation stuff in this deck. Which I had already removed. I'd removed her commander and then removed some stuff with extra lightning bolts from sacrificing dudes. But then she brought them back. She tapped out to play a jacked rabbit for like 6 the turn before, and then swung with that and had 2 devilish valets out. And so both of them turned into 2 to the 6th power toughness or attack creatures. And I was like, oh, okay, that's not a power level thing that I expected a precon deck to be able to do, but that's cool. Neat. If you swing at me, it doesn't matter because I can bolt them because they're 1 toughness because you reanimated them from the graveyard with the thing. But they had flying too. And so she was like, alright, I'm gonna swing it to the other player. And just nuked this poor other precon player out of existence, which was kind of funny, but because the other precon player had dual caster maged my Boundless Realms. And so it was like, alright, I guess I'm gonna thin the rest of my deck of all of the basic lands. And I'm gonna have like 30 mana available this turn. What do I do with it? Just like legitimately could not figure out how to kill with this deck. It was very funny. And then we were looking through after, and the answer was like, you basically can't kill people with this precon. Like, it just doesn't work. Not in the way that they were playing it, at least. Not enough payoff cards for Commander, and also not enough understanding of how to play like tempo as a archetype. Because they're a fairly new Magic player. Both of the precon players are fairly new Magic players. Like within the past couple years. And then the Baitor player's been playing forever, and then I've been playing literally forever. And they're like, wow, how did you build Omnath to do that? And I was like, I don't know, man. I've been playing this Omnath deck for like 16, or since like 2016. I know the ways that this deck can kill people. I've seen most of them. Sometimes when I feel like I just need to shuffle cards, I will go sit at a table and goldfish this deck by myself. And just see what happens and find new lines and mess around with stuff. So like, I know how to play this deck really well. So it's been really fine-tuned. Cards. I try stuff out sometimes, and if it doesn't work, I replace it with better things. And I've been doing that for a very long time to iterate on this deck, and the way that I like to play it. Dude, where is this last fossil? But it was a really fun game. I had not gotten to play with this group in person before. We talk about Magic a lot at work, but there's not a lot of opportunities to play. Hopefully we will play more. I did tell them that I was working on a new deck to play at a more reasonable power level. Because Omnath, I think, like, even though that Baitor deck is technically a bracket 4 deck, it has, like, an infinite combo in it that forces it to be bracket 4. Archangel Lithien Spike Feeder. It's not currently, like, actually performing at a bracket 4 power level. There it is. I've talked to you, right? This is chocolate? Yeah. Chocolate. Are we at? How many villagers are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're getting up there. but it was fun. They did not want to play against my all-Japanese card Sarulf deck, obviously. I was like, I'll play Pity You, and play the one that you can actually read, and also doesn't rely on removing all of your stuff to play my game plan. Everyone thought Lignify was really funny, though. I think Lignify it's one of my favorite green removal spells. Because it basically forces a 2v1. You have to remove Lignify, which costs a spell in addition to replaying your commander. Because, like, the way that he finally got rid of it was he played a sack outlet and sacrificed Baitor. And then recast him, and I was like, yep, I paid 2 mana for that, and you just paid, like, 9 to get it back. And also had to wait 3 turns to have your deck start snowballing, which was enough time for me to set up a combo and kill you. But I ordered the cards for Lobster, Ragost, which I built to be bracket 3 and a little bit less powerful. It has funny combos in it, but the principle of the deck is... I think I talked about this the other day, but I like to have all of my decks perform different roles in EDH. So, like, Omnath is my traditional high-value, play a bunch of stuff that does everything deck. And Sarulf is my stacks control deck that specifically is trying to target greedy decks that spend their first 4 turns doing nothing by blowing up all of your mana rocks and then hitting you in the face with a giant wolf until you die. And then preventing you from ever, like, playing any of those expensive greedy cards in your hand. I built Ragost as, like, a true aggro burn deck because of the way that it's set up. You can actually just burn people out. If you give Ragost lifelink, he untaps himself, and all artifacts are food, and then you can play stuff like Nuka-Cola Vending Machine, and the thing that makes all 3 of your artifacts, or whenever you play a food, it makes a treasure and a clue as well. Do that, draw a bunch of cards, do, like, actually just straight up burn people out, doing 3 damage per player turn, so it's actually 15 per cycle around the board if you have enough artifacts to do this, artifacts and mana. Because you get the 4 untaps during end step, but then you also get your own untap during your untap step. So you get 5. Plus whatever else other shenanigans you do, like Unwinding Clock. So it doesn't have any infinite combos, but I think it's still going to be an effective deck for the kinds of playgroups that I expect to find myself in, where people are doing basically nothing for the first couple turns setting up. I will be able to get a good board advantage, and then start really just chipping people down quick, throwing the hot dog cart around. But it was pretty cheap, I think, because I already had a bunch of the cards that I wanted. It was only like $200, and then I need to get some sleeves into the deck box, which, like, for the commander deck, that's pretty cheap. Where I'm, like, building the deck how I actually want it, and not really taking budget considerations. Like, obviously, I'd like to have the mana base be better, because you can't really do a good mana base on $200, but also, I don't know, this deck's fine. I'm pretty happy with it. It's gonna need some tuning, and practicing, and playtesting, obviously, but I think it'll be effective. And also it's funny, because lobster throw things. Yeah, without being able to go to the shop, that day was really fast, which is actually perfect, because I don't have time today. Have to close again tonight. We didn't end up getting out until about 3 a.m. last night, so I left for work-ish around 1 p.m. and did not get home until 3 a.m. Yeah. But currently my schedule for next week is actually pretty open, so... After tonight, which hopefully isn't as bad as last night. Hopefully. Let's see, is there anything else that I want to do this morning? 20 minutes seems way too short for a full stream. But nothing else to really do in Animal Crossing if the shop's closed. And I'm way too tired to do anything with real thinking involved. I need to go to the store before work today, pick up some caffeine, because I didn't even brew coffee before this.
Nintendo.
Oh god. It's gonna be a long night.
Nintendo.
Yeah, I don't know. I was looking at maybe doing something else tonight or today, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna go to the store. Obviously nothing tonight. For streaming, but should have some time to do some stuff tomorrow.
Nintendo.
yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. New store, payoff basement tomorrow. Maybe more magic things will happen in the meantime. But for now, that's gonna be everything for me. Thanks for hanging out this morning. I know that was a little bit quicker than I normally am, but just wasn't really a lot to do today.
Nintendo.
Alright, have a great day, everyone.